me adman next year be so no. O question ne say qualification processes no. Continent be pa na ne de no more difficult. Na yaw ebi a question we say no wonya brem bia mu bebre obetro opinion bi say Africa ohwemo bi say Oceania bi say South America bi nkra say Europe. But be obi can be no, there's a bit of justification, but at the end of this whole thing no, we all understand say yaw there be more there tough essay be more, especially quantify the number of problems be more encounter. Number one, so the quality in kwana say kasa dia born bo the competitive nature of the continent, especially Europe. There were yiba even qualifies in a crown your elitism or your top tier or compare Europe and Oceania and Australia area or Asia. Yo, you know, sir, in terms of quality, individually, collectively, a tactical exhibition of coaches and everybody know. Yeah, no differences. The same quality in also the customer. South America, which angle of the word quality? And I emphasize South America and mad discussion. Say you can't Ballon d'Ors, you can't Laros, you can't national team successes, you can't players are more spotted by Europe. Every time you can't quality there South America will be. And of course Africa equally. Yes, also you have a fair share of quality. But so the European quality, South America, the more Africa, the any then you go into the next stage. A dear who define toughness and have difficulty. I might encounter. Yo. You're moving away from the field, off the field, you know. Africa and South America, no, it faces tougher challenges, especially number one, a contour on the road.
Yeah.
For instance, you're gonna Premier League boy, me chia boy for you na, me chia na le regu for so na me chia hohoi for. But so wo come say see na so wo ko hohoi, o ko aboy, o ko na le regu a, ya woni me kwan a eda wanim. Na nya kwan distance and the difficulty in getting to a final destination, you know, any America say tough. But Kaisa Africa, even the tournament itself, and I did buy you know complaining about routes and distances. So, Oko Guinea Nibi, Guinea no Oko.
Yeah.
She island a whole draw ubecha.
Corona Mukrasa is a flight in Kwa.
City intercity no.
I say Equatorial Guinea from Malabo to Mongomo, just a flight. Mongomo to Ebebe. Ebebe you do wait me from Mongomo to Ebebe be a bit me Zuka but distance in the wa. So flight never go out to Bata in a flight. Because I soon.
This is just one country. Now what for Skype Africa continent so who say your me but that's just difficulty war Africa joining in connecting to other cities you know you feel so bread okay Bolivia for the say no yes science kakra okay mo humidity o chromone Celsius and 6 degrees in ade these are some of the challenges you go through or South America and Africa. Now, about Europe, there travels, you know, you're not difficulties in Bebresa. And in my little opinion, my generation say Africa, South America, and will face the most difficulty. Now, my center on Africa, you know. Africa, you know, there are certain countries be on my. I bet you die so qualified to the World Cup.
Yes.
I bet you dream just to be just participants. I bet you dream. But Odomo Africa say you really feel their presence. Or bit to Comoros. Comoros or Pierre Cup say Jama because this idea about Chromo. But Comoros and Ghana boy, you feel them. Central African Republic or do work up. The appearance alone a history. But she don't be a chromasi. And not Jordan, and your hat trick on the night or so, or she brace or a hat trick. Louis Mafuta, no mobile, on a special hat trick. Central African Republic at the Babaya Hospital. They have never gotten a foot on the World Cup stage. Yet, Onomobo Fia, Cape Verde. You feel them Mozambique. These are countries I won't open you. But you don't have two group more. Or what tropa? Or from Nigeria group in British countries. Na share do ado mani akwa World Cup na ye ka ho asem no do akọ hopan ene dwumom di Nigeria group Nigeria akọ World Cup region Ghana bebre na wakọ atoto aso ono Nigeria na wakọ atoto aso check their group and find out. Say there are certain countries like Rwanda, US 94, Barcelona, Alexis Lalas, Moro, Mario, Mokoya, Ronaldo, Firmino, Mokotana bench. No Nigeria, the Amokachimo, a surprise the global mekansa fan base. Or more na etwa so me hu Ghana no. Similarly, na Nigeria nya crop of generation bi ama for twamo pa.
101.3
US 94 they were there. US 94 Corona Year World Cup. Now Rwanda mo kontokwa. But I checking Nigeria group no. Rwanda hobby. Omo atwe Nigeria mo group no pa Rwanda kan. On the African continent you have many top countries. So when you the globe no, just as Rojamela Koi the catch am say once a countries in Bahano mo dwen say ye ne yade. Wait until you see a certain Ghana. And son one who say Africa has gotten a good talent. Ya what is uncommon I say. And nay it said them small ko bi na makaka say no wait until you see other countries bia on beba. Check this group. Zimbabwe or Lesotho, Rwanda, Benin, Nigeria, South Africa. Omo ho na pedigree dey say Nigeria no.
Yet omo points here pay. Rwanda, Benin.
Say the group no my say tough dey man Nigeria for no omo bi BAB Nigeria, they have done almost everything on the African continent. Because of Brazil of South America, or more export to players as still be our continent to so group and normally South Africa born it was like a war zone. The ref or something who fifres also OD game. So qualifies when it day. I would say South Africa did more deep. Travel, quality, variety of opponents are eba from dark angle because of dark I'll choose Africa. Away from that, I have a piece on Zidane. What the Champions League means? Would somebody say, in terms of coaching or managers, or a legend for Real Madrid? I mean, Sana or G, you know. One you know, Koba, no Sabeji. Champions League, last time Barca Champions League,
2015.
2015?
10 years ago. I had those my Ninja club work on Mancubino.
No, 2015.
Suarez name and name Messidiano. Sure.
Yo. And for this guy to win it 1, 2, 3
in a row.
Wow. 2015, yo. Zidane just was me answer. Way Okasa were a legend for Madrid, they'll be enjoying. If any player status not on chain, or a legend for the club. Madrid no did league no Dichimu, and no home and or train Bassa. And Europe no see a man for so. Bayern near AC Milan motor try, Liverpool motor try, or this period of General Honoko. So or revere the Champions League no so much, I can't Real Madrid and their fans. The champions Madrid the more value sign not to say the more value or more anthem club anthem. Ala Madrid no the same thing the champions or goosey bumps. Zidane has won it 3 times. But yo, is it fortunate or unfortunate? The incidents are AC or how to say Zidane nobody knows a da or back. Now even clubs what we as a crown yo. Unya many suitors, be a suitors in over the any empty. But a more yet so apparent, some president currently. Maybe about Madrid, no about France. Yo, club Ben Eclay. And yes, a Hong Kong or Bordeaux, or Bordeaux Juventus. But on Tanti do Juvenile Bordeaux come home. And Madrid in France, yeah, Madrid in France, yeah. He has been a mercurial player for France. Now, open players a man can do football pa ye early ages in one. Zidane can home. Oh, Zidane.
So in Mbappe man no can say chronomo no. Omo holding on high esteem. I say omo fanning nsem ni agro. Oso no kwana e wotumi so ka ane ana dabi. Ono kwana wo see as all the right. Cause we be all right. Zidane kwana all right.
Born a shell and saying you go so I ball. You go so you be you work at still a ball beka. But obi because football is gone biano. Ya no in pano or you right kakra. O de atati o mo ahwe kotoko ne has folk achapa mo komo. O mama bu e local league no sisi na o kra you blaster ye di akire e free ohun Kofi Amponsa Jomensa mo ho banana. O to bia na ba mu kra ya bu. The Zidane I watched France 98 in the 2 no the connected ball no. Kona baku say free aseba. And it felt like on another star with team even at that time. But so yakasa star-studded side bakua. We Brazil 1970 in Chan club football. Ube Belgium side in Chan golden generation. Oba be Egypt dia Abu trick am the bar Hassan Shiata do mu di omanim 2006, 8 and then 10. Also hat trick of AFCONs. Yeah. One squad bakua star-studded. France 98 no. But Zidane stood out. Na dia man fashion any match and say ya na football any equation say do na do na boy no obeye coach no na do adwene be nya sa na ball net e Maradona na je World Cup no after he been a player ko beje as a manager de Argentina he couldn't he couldn't ama for Zidane che da ben obeba na ne twem mu no ama for doubt the success he chalked. Na kwene magic ana. And what happening? And
on the say on one are rejecting most offers. A Jumano Juve beba Juve be any a linking so maybe a Chelsea B, Man U B, a Barca clubs ne pe coaches ba munchin B ne a linking yet what's in the baby.
Me ne ya adwene 1000% Zidane. On calm it down pa. Na Simiani enko ball 14-15 no. Eno di 16 so no ji bumu a. Kene ken check ni pay enko Spain ka say no ji pay kase now the squad dey tomo no munyi na di na de no ye ho no kwan de. Simiani ko adwane ko. Zidane he should be real. What's that Pep Guardiola no nyansa pa. Hwe clubs o choose. Hwe clubs no choose no. Buying and you money here rough or say me come. Over England no or choose club a fan on person sorry backed by oil. No come Man City. The next club after Man City because of course about Kaba or New York. Akobobia no aba oh the American no agena home no the one ni bia so after 1 year be say be choose club wa ya sikasa wo ho. This is where Zidane is. Now do say Champions League miensa no obefa club na jigua. Yo, Zidane should calm down. Meneni ya adwene pa after on your force. Wa me coach bi am your force. Yo, Zidane me coach bi your force oh.
Zidane is not a good coach. He was just lucky. Wow. Nipani Barca ni manzo coolest FCB.
Coach what the Champions League.
Zidane was just lucky on 3 occasions.
Waji La Liga de aka ho. Oye lucky.
Hey, ne lucky Zidane lucky dem PB.
Oh, what me kasapa.
Wow.
And that's what je ba ko. Di Matteo de na bia obetimi aka so.
Why lucky?
Baba ko miensa league o dominate kakra. Aye luck. Boy see.
Ni where we are now.
Yeah, so my manager Zidane ya adwene on to ne boss se pa. Na ma on masika dada no. Ma project bia and me and longify the success no Choco Madrid no and dada no. He has to be very calm. Now on choose the club and I support the fact that obia be doubt to bia no e be doubt. Of course, yeah, person coaches no wa jenkwa dia sabra, but to be very honest, Zidane was never lucky. Luck. Yeah, Zidane was not lucky. He worked. He worked.
Okay. Well, now Zidane's silence in France is so loud. It's one of the reasons why he's so revered in the country. Clifford and a day by Zidane, the accept Malam. Well, Mr. Crossland and so no says Zidane. Well, Mike, right.
First way I say away from Zidane says Zidane Malam. It's interesting, but you see, diversity in opinions. I never.
Not to me.
In fact, if we have variety, anyway, you know, we'll be in different, and my different perspectives in the idea. So I don't begrudge anybody who has such a say. But then again, you have to look at the biases and the unfairness. Away from that. Andra, maybe didn't come about the African World Cup qualifiers and some countries who are on the brink of history and a bit who are more they announce or more emergence onto the scene. The World Cup presents an opportunity for country, be irrespective of where you are, to assert a certain international dominance and then also showcase our international prestige. Yeah, but World Cup qualified countries now our nation in Kanhua. there were the tifree a dear tifree a year woman him a year when Munyambi a womb. So particularly when Ghana made the World Cup, it enhanced the popularity of Oman Ghana. And then certain players became folk or legends in their own contest. And when my Bodwana Wojidi say, and the can Black Stars in the Ankombe Reti appear, Steven appear, Edieja other players be on my ball, also best some ye Jumapa. John Mensah is seen in a very higher pedestal if you compare him to players who played in the same position as he is. But share performance on the pitch, maybe he did not even do better than them. So playing at the World Cup does a lot for the country and the players. Into World Cup qualifiers, I name word too. And South Africa played against Nigeria. It was a make or break game for the Super Green Eagles, albeit South Africa were issues to do with or more fielding an ineligible player, Mokoena Tebo, against Lesotho. Potentially they could be docked points, 3 points. But the game meant Nigeria needed to win to better their chances of automatic qualification. Now Nigeria were a remote chance of qualifying only by virtue of accumulating enough points to merit one of the 4 slots for best placed second teams. Into Nigeria situation, no. They went into the game. South Africa presented their team, and in fact, changes have been. Project now Hugo Bruce Babe Shasiye, any baby our Babe Truno. He's enhanced South Africa national football team now. We'll delve into Hugo Bruce in a record, but basically about the game, I don't know if I sent Shadrach the list. I want to say a board game involving the South African national team, but you have foreigners also being present amongst Omo Eddie Amomo. And I have the list here. Mamin found fame kakra. My name is Amadi Shadrach, so also bet me the atoso. Then we get to know how the starting lineup. Okay, I have not given it to him. Mamin Faman or Haya. In the game South Africa played, Rowan Williams here, a local goalkeeper. And then a more right back near in Dumlielwa, on Obo for Sundowns. Monyane no Beyi no, and Sobo for Kaiser Chiefs. Then Kabini, Ebo de Mamode, TNU, Eho Norway. Ingezena is a central defender. He plays outside South Africa for Steel Bucharest, Eho Romania. Then Mbokazi Mbekizile, the 19-year-old,
man of the match,
or no body more Orlando Pirates, is not even a mass up to 20 minutes for the national side. Mokwena Neobas in Nabo for Sundowns. In Kota, Mbule, Apolis, they play in Kota Nebo outside, but in Mbule, Apolis, they play for Orlando Pirates and La Foster bought them up Burnley. So you will say foreign-based players can crab up a frame, but they started from somewhere, and it goes on to show how Hugo Bruce has not just improved South Africa national team, no, but he has improved overall, even their players and their mentality. The conversation is, South Africa were not really at their best. They have tried a lot of coaches. Clive Barker, Peter Mosema, Nemuina Befemu. They decided to give the job to Hugo Bruce. We're in the second national team job. He is very experienced. But you made any clubs in Belgium. And the only national team job he had done, especially on Africa, was with the Cameroonian national setup. Obuo Moano gave them belief, even without the presence of some stellar names, or the Omoji AFCON 2017.
Yeah.
So South Africa needed something. They had talent. Maybe not in abundance to say other football nations like Ghana, Nigeria, but they lacked character, mentality, and discipline. And that culture now existing whereby besisano. Now it is a group with belief and character, a group with discipline. So as a unit, am I difficult to play against? Shadrach Emaya Hugo Bruce record. It will interest you to know that we're losing just 6 matches in all competitions. Or by yeah, 6 matches. The 6 matches, the last defeat for them was in the AFCON semi-finals against Nigeria. Omulusu 4-2. So it means South Africa have gone 17 matches without defeat. Omo last 10 games, Omo equipe 8 clean sheets. I consider just 2 goals. Evidence in that screen is on. Wow, share wow utie. Utia mebo boss watcher. Oh, sha, and that's on. So in 46 matches, Hugo Bruce they win 25, we draw 15, and we lose 6. 1.96 points per game accumulated. And defeat now was a fan fancy. Ghana, sa controversial 1-0 win, no, a penalty and a penalty, no. And then the first defeat. He suffered defeat also to France. Almost 5-0 be international friendly. Morocco beat them 2-1. Almost be share Morocco during the qualification phase for AFCON. Na ye babe kono. Then Mali eshomo, Rwanda shomo, and Nigeria were AFCON semi-final no. So all the teams that have beat them, maybe bar Rwanda now because some are less fancied. They've lost to credible opponent and some under controversial circumstances. What Hugo Bruce has done with South Africa, he's made them difficult to beat. So man shawa won't mean show and yet be quite tipenkon. Or more shells so the ombeji of Honoma show ye pa. And that is the belief and the character thing I spoke of. The mentality that they know individually they might not stand out because Oshala Foster. Now the no to Victor Osimhen ni Ademola Lookman Hua. Obekofon. Lookman Osimhen were a different level, but as a collective, Yaka Foster net Bokwena Mubomua. Nigeria as a unit cannot beat them. And in fact, it is not like the South African FA is doing their best. No, they have a lot of lapses. You call Omukai. So Omu FA ne diyan komodi omeni to omoswa. Omu league nebegu. And then again Omu national team nebe say. And the evidence is in that. If the FA had done their job well, and South Africa and Kobel Lesotho, Amomunko Yusu unqualified player at senior level. When was the last time our TVB sir? It tells you about the FA. But this man has come. Even in such an environment, he's done a monstrous job. And he's on the verge of qualifying South Africa to the FIFA World Cup for the first time. 2010, they are normally a host. The last time they actually qualified for a World Cup by playing in the qualifiers was in 2002. So check the difference and the impact. Coaches, be a transformational. Omoba besisa story no besisa se na nyoma sitie. So Enra no, the 19-year-old who played in central defense in Bekezile no. And I'm PSL no, he's not played even up to 30 matches. But if you enter into a team with a certain culture and find one name Predodo Awedi, our national side or even a club side, you will settle in nicely. Oh no, Jinasono. He nearly scored a beautiful goal, Endra. Dribble ya, then Otra center line who say in Wabali Stanley, Nigeria keeper ne pie, ko chabo ne sinechi. He lacked in precision by some few percentages. Clearly, South Africa look a formidable team, and if they do qualify, it won't be because Nigeria nyadie. It will be because almost South Africa no, they qualified by merit. There is a chance they will be deducted 3 points. FIFA Tanaswa because Lesotho for na nye protest. But whistleblower effect anyway. So Omo Tanaswa they could be deduct 3 points. As it stands now, points Omo want to see Omo 3 points score Omo Benin 14-14. In their group, country being who we need 2 matches at Waso, bar South Africa. Benin have 2 games to play and they have Nigeria to face.
Officials run on Nigeria best.
And South Africa matches now kanina no obebo when so that is the interesting thing. Away from that to Nigeria, you see, bad leadership can corrupt a project. Nigeria were okay. There was a transitional plan. And the players need be free more. He had what he had in mind. Abraham Babe Bossa World Cup double header qualifier for 2022 between Ghana and Nigeria. No, the Nigeria for na kukwasa Genotro no cry watch yebe pamono. No muja papa ne kwai. Since he left, me name the best sele Jose Pesero. Any man Nigeria for no, but not omo bodam sebe e wone ho. So they did everything to get him on board. Pesero maybe in the sunny de oyade anya hwe kra no. Or the Nigeria Babe board there, Omo AFCON or the Omoko year final, they lost it. But Nigeria has struggled with stability in terms of coaching appointment. After Gernot Rohr, Pese Rabeye Jumanibi, 1. Finidi George, 2. Austin Eguavon in between Befi Fem Kakra, and now Eric Shell.